Shout out to my homie Sarita. She got I forget what it's called, Princess something, but she had a big like um back to school drive for the kids and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
really?
I donated a couple backpacks or whatever.
Ooh.
But I seen like she had video up online, and it was like mad dope. I seen some kids like performing. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff I was saying, the normal stuff that you need
Right.
to make it pop. Like you got to look at the people who's trying to still who's doing the music and sports is like always gonna be like a number one go to
Yeah.
for people to like try to get to try to maybe even get paid. You know what I mean? Because
True.
who doesn't want to do something um, that
That's
they
still
actually
fun.
like to, that's fun. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
how you want to get paid. You want to get paid doing something that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope when somebody like when you can rap or you can sing and you can take care of your family. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
Right.
also
Right.
if you can play basketball. You know what I'm saying? You can play
Yeah.
football. You know what I mean? Baseball and take care of your family. You know what I mean?
On that,
So
do what you love what you do type
yeah,
of
so
thing.
I never could knock. I would never be the one to knock like a younger person with that thing where they kind of be like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? Because they try to make it seem like it's either you rap, you
Yeah.
rap,
It's either
or you
this
go to the
or
league
that. Yeah.
or whatever. But I really don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have another. You definitely gotta have other outlets and stuff like that.
Right.
But I
Oh,
would
most
never like
definitely.
if you told me that's what you want to do and you want to be serious about it. I would get behind you. You know what I mean? If and you'll figure it out. Like if you want to play basketball, you want to go to the NBA.
Right.
You got to get behind them. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, they'll figure it out that it ain't for them. You know what I'm saying? You can play ball all you want in your area. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
true.
you be the best in your neighborhood, but then you start getting into other neighborhoods, other leagues. You
Yeah.
start seeing the
Yeah.
talent level,
And you
and maybe at
recognize it.
some
It's like,
point you're
whoa.
gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But I would never deter somebody from not trying to pursue that. You know what I mean?
True.
I would
True.
say pursue a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Just keep your mind open, but I would never take away from it. So I say that to say shout out to shout out to my man DJ Lucky just chimed in. He said we sounded good, so we
Okay.
doing good. I just met him too.
That's what's up.
On one of my
Oh,
that's what I
everything
want to
going
talk
on.
about, like things that I've been doing this summer because it's over almost. I don't want to say it like that, but it's almost over. But there was so many good things going on in the community this summer.
Right.
Like it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Like what I'm saying, we talk about a lot of the like negative stuff that happens because yes, also there were like way too many murders, shootings.
I mean, I'm saying.
It was way too many. Like I was like a little out the loop. You know what I'm saying? Because I just been I've been working a lot. You know what I'm saying, as far as DJing and stuff like that.
That's a
And
good thing.
yeah, so it keeps me going, it keeps me around, but it also keeps me like I be tired. You know what I'm saying? I don't really check up on every little thing that's going on.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're not as able to get up in there or
Right,
to keep that ear to the streets.
right. The boss just chimed in too.
Uh-oh.
Yvette Wilkes said we doing good, so
That's
we
what's up.
sounded good. But yeah, so and shout out to her for letting us keep you know what I mean, showing up late to work. Not many people let you show up late to work all the time, like skipping days, to calling out, and be, you know what I mean, still giving us a platform. Or me, you know what I mean?
I feel you.
Jono, you solid. I ain't never seen you take a day off yet.
I, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been away. I've been away.
Yeah.
Where you telephoned in.
Okay. Oh, you
Things like
phoned in.
that.
That's hard. That's hard. But yeah, as far as the community though, outside of like all of it, it was bad. It was bad. Like once I really like stopped for a second, it was like, okay, wait the hell a second. Like the last two little teenagers that got shot over there, maybe like on Columbia Road or somewhere like
I know
that.
who you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, God damn, like you know what I mean? And that's like we really still got like a lot of work to do. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but
'Cause-
there's been a lot of good work being done in the community this summer that I've seen like with my own eyes from a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you can ask for is some people to just step up and do what it is that you do. You know what I mean? And you can inspire people, so but you just got to be like active and doing what you do.
And that's, to me, that's a tough thing. There aren't that many people who are really stepping up and doing what they need to do. You know what I mean? On that volunteer type tip.
That's why I said shout out to Sarita. You know what I'm saying? Because not only is she's doing stuff for the adults too. You know,
True.
that was my conversation
True.
about like, you know, I was trying to lead into that as far as like say the music goes. You know how many adults are still trying to like get on the music tip and not teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not talking about like you got a one in front of your age or a two. I'm talking about like, you know, you hit 30, you know what I'm saying? You still can, there's a lot of 30-year-old artists that are still really good. And you can't put an age on talent or whatever. You know, you watch
That's true though. That is real.
you watch like America's Idol and Talent and whatever. You see somebody come up there like 45 years old or something, and they come up and they singing like an angel, like you know, and they get on and you have a good
type of flips and all that.
yo, and you still can have a good 5-6 year career. Take care of your people, you know what I mean? But it takes somebody to give you a chance, and you gotta you know, you need a chance. So Sarita, she's one of those people that um like Pretty Poison as well. You know what I'm saying? They're people that I know
Right.
do this as far as music, but then they're not afraid to like get out in front and show people like how to do it. Not just do it, but like how to do it. You know what I mean? So she has
Right.
she has a
Being more
showcase.
hands-on.
She has a showcase that she puts on. I think it's on Wednesdays now at the Dublin House, which is another thing. Patronizing, patronizing our
Actual black
places
community,
in the
like
community,
sewing back into
giving back to the community. So yeah, she does like a king and queens type thing, King of the Ring type like battle type of
I
thing.
thought I heard of that. That's
Yep.
still going on?
Yeah, yep, still going on. I think she switched days or whatever, but like Wednesdays at the
Oh,
Dublin
okay.
House.
Okay.
And I've been down there a couple of times to support her, and it's dope. You know what I mean? She got the place all. I like the way she decorates it. You know what I mean? She got like the little ring aesthetic going on. They got the performers that come in and they like battling,
wow.
going back and forth. But you know, just getting a chance to be seen and heard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's a lot. You know, you offer up your
Putting in time, having that stage, that venue.
she takes time to
You know?
put that platform together. You know, shout out to Yaz from the Dublin House who gives her the opportunity to do that, and then shout out to her for coming in and making it the best possible, you know,
Yeah.
thing that it could be. So I
That's
think it's
what's up.
Platinum Ladies is her like nonprofit that she does too. So that's where she also does the backpack drive and the school supplies drive for the
really?
kids and stuff. And then she had the kids performing there. You know what I mean? So
Really?
she got the adults performing at the spot, you know, at the dub, but then she got the kids performing as well, and that's like tying it all in
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're looking out for everybody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So at
Everyone's
some
able
point,
to get in and have fun.
yeah. So at
And
some
then
point,
at some point, everyone's able to do their thing.
and at some point, somebody should give her a look like how she's giving all these people a look. There should be
Yeah.
somebody who's in a little better position than us that would come and give her a look and keep the cipher
Yeah.
going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
And we
got-
got to do that. What's another positive thing I went to? Well, the Michael Bivens tournament was just a couple of weeks ago. You know about that?
Ah, yes. I didn't know the date. I know that he usually does have it like mid-July.
It was in mid-August this time. I think it was maybe the 9th. It kind of snuck up on me too. It was a Friday. Yeah, it was a Friday. And it tried snuck up on me, but I wound up, you know, going down there, and that was beautiful. Like
Really?
all the killers and the $100 billers was there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And it was
okay.
all positive
I
vibes.
thought they fell off for a little bit.
I think this is only the second year that they did it because I went last year and it was crazy. And that's the last year was when they brought out Fat Joe and EPMD and Dougie Fresh and all of that was right down there at Derby Park. But now
Yeah.
it's Michael Bivens court or something
Oh,
like that
okay. Because
in
then he
Roxbury.
used to have it in. What park did he used to have it in?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know I caught the one down there for the first time and it was crazy. It was
Okay.
like sick. I was like
Yeah.
I was like a little giddy little child out there. Like my heart was full, you know what I mean? Like of laughter and joy. Like EPMD came out,
I
like you
can't
know what
be
I'm
mad at
saying?
that. Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
I
Like
can't be
EPMD
mad at
comes out
that.
and they in the middle of Roxbury. Like how else am I supposed to feel? I was like giggling like a schoolgirl for the
For
whole,
real though.
giggling.
For real
Trust
though.
me, Dougie Fresh. Hey
Yikes.
yo, I.
Yikes.
Hey yo, I.
Yikes.
What?
Yikes.
That shit was dope. So then they had it again this year, and I guess this because I think last year is when they dedicated the court maybe to him and changed the name
Okay.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
That's what I was.
I'm not fully informed like that, but you know what I'm saying. I try to
Because
show it when I
I know
can.
that there was a court that I guess he had worked on
Mm-hmm.
before, but whether that was just the court that they had played at or something that he did to remodel, but I now that you're saying yeah, a couple years ago maybe, I know I have an idea of where you're talking about, but it's the actual tournament that he sponsors, right?
Right, and then also shout out to
Okay,
my man
okay.
Junior. I bumped into him um, one day. He told me that he coaches the team that won, the
Oh,
city
what?
team. You know what I'm saying? And they won. And I went to Top Mix, which is another little establishment we got in Dorchester. You heard of Top Mix?
No, I have not.
I forget what it used to be, but it's over there on like maybe like Norfolk Ave, like in the back of Dorchester back there where I forget we used to be back there, Shirley's and all these places, but it's called Top Mix, and I found it because I saw like a picture on the internet where they were like somebody was showing
Word?
like the drinks and the hors d'oeuvres and all of that
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm always looking for a place to go eat,
Something
drink
different. Yeah.
in the hood. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Not too far.
That place, beautiful. Again,
Uh-oh.
yo, that place is beautiful.
May have
Um,
to get a promo.
Yeah,
Shout out.
yeah, we got to figure out where I don't know the address or whatever exactly, but I know it's back there. But everybody, I mean, I'm late, so people be going there because I went the other day and I seen like everybody that I knew again.
Word?
You know what I'm saying? That's how I seen my man Junior. Shout out to him too, because he told me that he coaches that team, and I'm like, see, everybody got to giving back is not what people think it is. It's not like always got to be some type of
Yeah.
just big production or you're like, hey, look at me, I'm giving back. Like, nah, bro, like,
I feel
just
you.
do what you do. And then it will eventually turn into something positive. You're doing something positive, it's gonna be whatever. So I had that conversation with him, like, you got a team full of, strong black men in the community. They out here, they trying to win something. It was money on the line too. You know what I mean? So they won the money. You know what I mean? So like,
That
so
sounds
shout
like
out to
fun.
them. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like 20 G's too.
Word?
Yeah, it was like 20 racks,
Wow.
and they like split it up with the team. So like that's like 20 racks coming back into the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe somebody goes out and they patronize.
I,
They go out to Darrow's and Slade's and Top Mix
I'm
and
saying.
Fort Hill Bar and Grill. That's a place that I be DJing at too.
Oh, word.
There. That's in Roxbury as well. Over there on Washington Street by
I like
Washington
how
Park.
you have the list. You gotta,
Hey, listen, I'm freestyling too.
Tag all these businesses.
Right, I'm
all these
freestyling too, but it's like, remember we was talking way before, like, yo, we need these places, we don't have nowhere to go
Yeah,
in the community.
yeah.
Well, you know what? We got some places to go now.
That's
You know what I mean?
true.
We got some
That's
places to
true.
go. We got some events to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of dopeness going on in the hood. And so this year that Michael Bivens thing was like I said, it was dope. The whole damn community was there. Like anybody who I ever knew, people who I haven't seen in years. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I could tell a
yeah.
lot of people's coming home. Because it's like people I
Yeah.
haven't seen since I was like a teenager, and I'm like, oh damn, you know what I mean? It's
That's
been
what's
about
up.
20 years. You do like a 20 banger, you gotta come home eventually.
Yeah,
So shout out to
yeah.
all those people that's come home and they like,
Right.
trying to just do the right thing and give back, and we need those
Yes.
mentors
Keep
back
that official.
because they took a lot of the most of all the
Yeah.
strong-willed,
Yeah.
really solid people they took away from
People
us.
who would persevere, who would have like whether it's strict rules or have a guideline, a moral to make sure they're
Morals
taken
and
care
people
of.
who would follow behind them and
Yeah.
do the right thing. They took a lot of those people away. They either got killed or they got taken to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
When they was teenagers.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I know people I haven't seen since 14. Take them away to do like they done did 25 years. You know what I'm saying? They back, but guess what? You're only like 40 years old right now. You know what I mean? You still might be a little younger than me. You know what I mean?
I liked how you said you only like 40.
Nah, it's
like,
real. You got a lot
wow.
of time. You got a lot of time still to give back. You know what I mean? That's one of my motivations. That's one of my biggest motivations because you really got time to do stuff. You got time because people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X,
Right.
they didn't even see 40. They was like 40. Malcolm X was probably 40 when he got murdered. Martin Luther King's probably like, was he?
39,
Exactly,
but,
like about to
yeah,
be there.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, same thing, like 30
Ah.
something. You know what I mean? And look at what they
That
accomplished in that
hurts.
little short amount of time.
That
Tupac
hurts.
was 25,
Yeah.
26 when he died. You know what I'm saying? Look, what if he had like another 15, 20 years to like just build on the
Yeah.
momentum that he already was.
Even if you fell back like Jay-Z, look at Jay-Z's life and
His
achievements.
trajectory.
Yeah.
What do you think about this thing with the NFL?
Ah.
I see that was a hot button topic.
For me
I'm
personally,
gonna give my opinion real quick. Go ahead.
for me personally, I felt like because I believe Jay-Z was a part of P. Diddy's group. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought when the Carolina Panthers
Mhm.
were up for sale, and it was like, oh, P. Diddy and a
I
group
think I remember that.
with Colin Kaepernick and
They
I
was
thought
trying to buy
Jay-Z,
something.
Yeah, was trying to purchase
Maybe
the
Carolina Panthers. Mm-hmm.
and this was around the time that Black Panther came out, so
Mm-hmm.
and they got shut down. I look at it now. Jay-Z said, "You know what? I can still do something for you. Let me control all the musical
Mhm.
venture, cause you know I'm good at that." And that's what I'm still like contemplating.
Well, I
like,
saw like there was three different like opinions that people had. You know what I'm saying? One, I'm trying to think. I didn't really see any like super positive
yeah,
opinions about it. I seen the most positive opinion I saw on it was more like let's wait and see what he does. Like I'm sure he has a plan because
exactly.
he's a thinker. He's forward thinking.
Right.
So he may be above our heads right now making this deal with
I
Roger
mean,
Goodell and them.
You can't knock the hustle. You can't be mad at him getting the money off of
I can
controlling.
Yeah, I can kinda
basically
see.
being the DJ for the NFL.
Yeah, and then I seen people like, oh, look at him, like he like sold out, like Colin Kaepernick, because
Yeah.
because it goes back to Colin Kaepernick not having a job.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
I tell you my opinion, right? My opinion starts with number one. I know for us, like not to be getting too deep, but like we're never gonna be free. No one's gonna hand you like freedom.
Like how you said.
No one ever's gonna hand you like your freedom. That's like so stupid of a thought. Like, why would you hand somebody like if you had like
I like
everybody
how you
under
said that.
control,
I
right?
like how you said
Like
that.
just think about it the other way around. If you had everyone under control, what would make you like wake up one day and be like, nah, you know what here? Just take it back. Do this. I'm gonna go try to figure it out now on my own. Like I'm gonna figure out. You would never do that. You would never relinquish power like that. Like you don't go from you wouldn't be the boss and then all of a sudden be like, you know what? I don't want to be the boss no more. I'm gonna start at the bottom and start in the stock room. and start punching the clock. I'm gonna give up my $100,000
I
salary,
like how you said
and I'm gonna take
start
like,
in the stock room.
yeah, I'm gonna take like $10 an hour, just because nobody would do that. So why would you expect the people who run things, the people in power,
Yo.
just to give it back, right? So my thing is, you would have to really like get the wild negotiation going on. Like you would have to negotiate something so powerful for people to say, okay, let's do this. And if you
Right.
don't have that much to negotiate with, you're gonna have to fight. That's the only way you would ever get you. You're gonna have to fight.
And
We don't,
you're gonna have
and
to
at
take
this
a
point,
loss.
at this point, I don't feel like we have enough to negotiate with. You know what I mean? As far as because they have everything, we don't really have nothing to negotiate. So if we want something, we're gonna have to fight.
But that's how I look at it. I still haven't been watching the NFL since the hashtag blackout. You know, when we first.
So that's
stopped.
my other thing. Me neither. Thank you, brother, for sticking to your guns and being solid.
Exactly. Much
Because
appreciated
why
to
there
you
was
also.
something, because it was something bigger than just football, right? It was bigger than
Exactly.
just Colin Kaepernick. It's a lot going on. So once Kaepernick took that knee and he got persecuted like that, I'm fighting with you. I gotta fight. You gotta choose a side and you gotta fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
have to
you
be
can't
about it.
you can't fake fight this type of fight. You gotta fight it all the way down to the end. You know what I'm saying? And one
Yeah.
thing, people don't want to fight because there's a possibility, like especially with something big like freedom, like fighting for freedom. You know what you're gonna have to do? You might have to die.
Exactly.
And I know nobody wants to die, but you know what I'm saying? You don't have much of a choice. If you fight, that's one of the possibilities that may come out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like win, lose, or draw, something's gonna happen.
And
But you
gotta
have to
pick. Yeah.
you have to fight. So when I see somebody fighting for my people as a whole,
Right.
whoever
right.
you are, I gotta come stand with you. I might not go stand out in the front. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I might not.
I might not be in the way,
Right, I might not
way
be
back.
I'm not gonna be like Crispus Attucks out here, like the very first person to get like knocked out. Like I don't want to be like in the front. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to be in the front, but like, I'm trying to back you up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not just one person. Like, you know, if you say 1,000 people, if you want 1,000 people to gather somewhere, like me and 10 of my peoples, we're not gonna just try to bum rush the state house. Like we're all gonna get knocked over our head and tased and be looking crazy, and everyone's gonna be at home like twiddling their thumbs, like, oh damn, they tried, but
I'm shocked that people may want to do that. Area, what is it?
Area 51.
50, yeah, Area 51. Like
People's
where-
more hyped to go run down on some aliens than run down on the state house and ask them why they doing us like this.
I'm saying.
Why they siphoning all the money from why our community look like that. Like there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? And look at I just even seen some things. I've been watching like, you know, I always watch old movies and I'm like getting the I hear this running thing where like Irish people, right? Irish people was the black people of America
Yeah.
when they got here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Irish,
it was-
Italians, you know,
Before that, yeah.
all that
yeah.
make America great again like thing, that Irish people was like getting treated bad. Italians was getting treated badder. You know what I'm saying? They was getting treated worse. But, you know, they did what they did.
Gangs of America? Or
Right.
What, something. What
Then Gangs in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. But,
Oh, you like that?
yeah.
Oh.
But what happened is I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio fan and stuff like that. And, you know.
I became a hater.
Oh, of Leo?
Yeah.
Why? What do you do?
He the comfort that I notice
Mhm.
that he takes in saying the N-word, it's like when it rolls off.
You talking about
your tongue,
Leonardo
son,
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Wow, where you see that at?
I'm-
Oh, like in Django?
Yeah.
The Django?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was that. There was the Blood Diamond.
Yeah. He got a
yeah.
little edge to him. You kind of
Yeah.
like could feel it.
It's like
I'm not mad at you.
it's
I do that
like,
to
wait
people.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
You could be true. And you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I'm just saying.
I would never go. Yeah, I don't know him like
I
that.
like Quentin Tarantino, but it's
He
like
got that. He got that twang to him.
yeah,
That I'm like, yo, you kind of like a little. And right now is not the time to just be a little bit like funny with the people, man. Like, don't get too comfortable.
right, right.
And we had that conversation like months ago. The comfortability is
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
That's remember back when I first was on here. I was like, yo, we gotta bring back the open hand smack.
Yeah, yeah.
If you bring back the open hand smack, a
Yo,
lot of you see all these videos
but
with
that's
the
the thing. The little, I'm gonna call them out. Young little white girls who are sitting at home, and whether it's they're quoting the songs or they think that they have the ability or are entitled to speak in a certain way when they wouldn't speak that way when they actually with their parents.
I seen
at
a
school.
video recently of some young girls. They was probably like, 14, 15, and they was doing the old school routine, like um saying black people, they was on there like black people are dirty and black people, we should bring back slavery, and laughing and joking and whatever. And I'm
Yeah,
like, but see,
yeah.
look, they're like 14, 15. It's 2019. So they learned that within the past. They've only been alive in the 2000s,
True.
and to still have that
Yeah.
resonating under where they know that's like some taboo
Yeah.
like talk,
And
but
to
they
say, yeah, yeah.
there's something wrong with. So it's not just the old people, because there's another thing where we're like seeming like, oh, we could wait it out until these last races die off because it's a different world now. It's really not.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's what they want you to.
I told you, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they like was 40, not even 40 years old when they got killed, and that
Yeah.
wasn't even 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those people, if you was talking like that back then, you're a CEO of a company right now. You're like 60 years old. You
Right.
grew up in that era. These racist people are still running the country. They got all their family members into the police department, the fire, all these places, and that was the
Yeah.
thing I was talking about with the Irish people. They fought their way. They had to fight. They had to fight.
I feel you.
And in the
Yeah.
fight, they also, because they were able to kind of like assimilate and kind of hide their true ethnicity a little bit and try to, move and whatever. But
That's easy for them.
right. But what they did though, first thing they did was they banded together though. Like they banded together
Okay.
outside of everything else and made sure that they had each other's backs first. And then once they had each other's backs, they said, okay, we're gonna start penetrating some type of
Right.
government. You know what I mean? So one of the first things they took over was the police force
Yeah.
back in the days. That's why, when you say those names like Murphy and O'Toole, like when you see like they're always, if you look at all the old police in all the movies, they're always like
Yeah.
got like Irish names.
Yeah.
Even like the paddy wagon is like
Yeah.
named after, like they would say, they switched it around. It's from, they used to take Irish people and lock them up all the time.
Right.
That's why they was calling it the paddy wagon, because they called Irish people like Paddy, like St.
Yeah.
Patrick's, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And what they did is they flipped that though, and they took over the damn police department.
And see, that would have me fast forward to today and be like, okay, in ways we took back the N-word in ways, but okay, how are we talking about even going to Jay-Z? How are we going to take advantage of that? Like, yo, how are we going to say, okay, we now control entertainment?
Right. So you gotta have a dog to fight. You gotta have a dog in the fight, like you say. So you can't. There's people who sit back and they're not doing anything. They have the most opinions. The people who sit back and just watch everything have the most opinions. You know what I mean? I never see the people who actually out grinding, actually putting in like work, have as many opinions as the people who really aren't doing anything. So someone like Jay-Z, him doing that deal with the NFL, yes, it could be over my head. And I'm one of those people that have not watched the NFL since the Colin Kaepernick was doing the deal, and then he's not in. I'm like, yo, I gotta fight on whatever plane I can fight. So the least I can do is not participate with that thing.
that hurt because that was
I love
the
football.
season. That was the season that not only they
We
got
lost.
their rings back, nah, they got their championship rings, the Patriots,
Hmm.
and I think someone was being indicted or inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Hmm.
I think it may have been Tyler into the Patriot Hall of Fame. So and I was like, oh,
That just happened.
that was my man.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I wanted to at least
Really
watch.
want to watch. So, but you know, I gotta stick to some type of script, like for me to feel any type of normalcy in America. Like I can't be one of those people that just say I'm gonna do something, and then
Right.
you catch me like 2 weeks later, and it's like
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah,
doing it. Like
yeah.
I really don't like people like that because it's too. Like that's we're gonna keep falling for everything unless we can just stand up and
Right.
whatever. We can't even stand up and not watch a damn game where they're obviously like they're mad at my man for taking a knee, which brings to light the damn national anthem, which is already a reckless song.
True.
It's just a reckless song in
I
itself
mean,
that has nothing to do with us.
Exactly. And
But we'll rock with you as long as you rock with us. Like, we're not going to make a big wave. But, like, yo, my man's trying to make a stance. He's saying police brutality is crazy. And while
Right.
we can't say we one nation under God indivisible or whatever the hell the
Yeah.
you know, God bless
With
America,
liberty.
whatever the damn song says, right? We can't go with what the song says when the song is BS. It's BS. Like it don't follow with how the world is really moving. So
True.
how can you
True.
sit there? So if somebody takes the stand and they're like, you know what, we can't be saluting this flag when I just seen Eric Gardner get choked out on camera like a snuff film. Like you're not even supposed to see
I
people
know.
die
I
in your face.
know.
You know, that's PTSD. That's why
Really, though.
soldiers come back and they're supposed to have all this treatment and all this whatever. You don't think as a normal person that affects you?
And they put it on the news.
And it's on the news, it's on the-
Desensitizing.
So we watching all that stuff. You don't think it's doing something to us? So if one person's gonna take a stand, we gotta stand behind that person. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I
right.
think it's only right. You know, and then they was even
We
talking
have to
about
check the accreditation, but
Right.
at the same time,
yeah, we check what they about and see what it is. And then when I did my background on Colin Kaepernick, all I seen was him going around. He's with the kids.
Yeah,
He's trying
he
to.
puts in so much volunteer
He's
work.
volunteering.
Still.
He's doing all that stuff, you know. And then afterwards, you know, they're like, "Oh, okay, Nike was paying him, and he got some money from Nike." I'm like, and then there was people that was like upset. Like, okay, he's supposed to protest, but he's not supposed to get paid. He's not supposed to feed his family. And then what does the
Yeah.
money have to do
Yeah.
with him trying to bring light to, like, whatever? Once they put the
True.
money in there, people start losing their mind. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
I feel you. I didn't have any negative feelings. I mean, I don't really rock with Nike like that in the first place. So, but at the same time, I'm like, he got to get money. He got to feed his kids. You know, he got to get money. He has
Right.
to survive in some type of way, and it's furthering what he's standing for in ways and to a point. Like,
So that brings me to Jay-Z. Okay, he does a deal with Roger Goodell to bring in Rock Nation as the entertainment and also like liaison for
reaching out to
the
street
black
outreach,
people,
yeah.
whatever it is.
Urban,
you know what I'm saying?
Urban outreach, I believe, is what they called it.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
first
sure.
thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so the people who say Kaepernick don't have a job yet, I'm with those people as well.
Right.
I'm with those people, cause it's still wrong. Like even if you bring Jay-Z in for whatever he's doing, the bottom line is they still got Kaepernick up out of there for taking the first initial stance.
Exactly. They done
So you're
Turned it around.
bringing Jay-Z in, but you're still
swept it
keeping
under the rug.
you're still keeping Kaepernick out. So
Yeah.
some people say it's like giving them a pass to keep the first initial troublemaker.
But see, that's why I'm trying to give Jay-Z that leeway that I remember someone had made the comment, like, trust him, he's business minded, he'll make certain moves, it's not chess, it's checkers
Yeah.
type, really. But either way, I'm just saying the fact that it's like, yo, we can't. If he can't own the team, okay, what can he own? He'll own the rights to their entertainment. Okay, kind of like Prince on that. I own my own music.
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere Prince didn't work with Nas because Nas wasn't able to own the music.
He asked him if he had his masters.
Yeah.
That was a dope. That was like one of the dopest things I took from that thing because that's so real.
Yo, that's amazing.
And people got it, and I know the way he said it, that like opened his eyes to how the world really works. And it takes somebody who's like a little bit older than you, who's been going through some things, and who's thinking on a level that you're not really thinking on yet. True. So I can believe that Jay-Z is thinking on a level that my mind and your mind cannot comprehend at this moment. Because I haven't been making these big deals and dealing with these big entities, so you don't just know how it is. But one thing I see people saying that you got to have a seat at the table to even be able to make change and something. So, I applaud that. But what do you think?
I mean, that's the horrible part. The fact that it's not just that you gotta. Somebody gotta have. It's like we gotta like rocket from different places. Somebody gotta have the seat at the table. Somebody gotta be in the back, like the servant, serving, helping orchestrate whatever. Somebody gotta be outside pounding on the door because they're hungry in the first place. And whether it's a distraction or if it's for real, like
like people in uproar that Jay-Z's making a deal. Like you gotta make deals out here. And I'm not backing Jay-Z. Don't get me wrong. Like I don't know him either. You know what I'm saying? All I can go off of is what I see people doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he was one of those people that was the least vocal about the plight of our people throughout his career. Like that's why I'm a bigger Nas guy. I've always been a Nas guy because Nas is gonna make a whole album. And he's going to be like talking that talk, from Willie Lynch to Willie Hutch, right on, Superfly, you know what I'm saying? Suits and ties, Mac OG, I bet Betsy Ross, he's always trying to talk about our people, so that's why I'm always going to get behind somebody who's trying to give knowledge.
Educated.
You don't never hear Jay-Z talking that type of talk. He's always talking about, it's kind of like superficial, but that's his lane as far as music goes. But guess what he did do, though?
Even if his business talk, we're talking about getting knowledge or getting money.
And you see on his last album, that 444, he came out with the, now he starts talking that talk a little bit more, right? But, and I could say that I personally was like, okay, it's never late. It's never too late to start talking that talk. To start trying to empower your people and let them know, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's always been probably trying to empower people. He just hasn't been speaking so directly on certain things. He's not speaking on politics.
Right.
He's not speaking on it. But what he's doing is he's acting on it. Because I've seen him. Did you see the Meek Mill documentary?
I did not. I have not seen it.
Very good.
He had something. Mm-hmm. He was executive producer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So again, he's getting money from it. I'm sure he's not gonna put up anything just to not get paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's getting money from it, but it's but at the same time, we're bringing Meek in, and then you got the guy from the Sixers that run the Sixers team, and they also pulled in Bob Kraft or whoever it was, and now they're trying to do like prison reform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Now he's standing up though. I see him standing up. Shoulder to shoulder with people about something that's very, very important. As far as probation and people being on, trying to fix those laws and stuff like that. That's for us as a people as a whole. He's doing it.
And it hurts because I was never, into the Sixers or the Eagles, or Meek Mill for that matter. But now it's like, he got a pass.
Who's Meek? Meek's not talking about political anything. He was popping willies and talking about, they was making jokes. He was always talking about his Rolex. You know what I'm saying? That's what all his music was about. But whenever you get it now, as time goes on, you grow, You learn more, and,
Right.
and it doesn't matter if it's because it's happening to you. Now you're more, so what? Sometimes things have to happen to you for you to get
True.
inspired to
True.
do something. So now when he's inspired to stand up and start talking about prison reform, I'm not gonna sit back and be like, oh, he like, what am I? There's nothing bad to say. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I feel about this thing with Jay-Z. You know,
I
he's
feel
in a
you. I
position.
feel you.
Maybe, you know, we got to see what's going on. And if he gets money, out of it, I'm not mad at that. Like, why would you be mad at someone getting money? Like, I would have wished, like, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was getting money like that
True.
for doing what they were doing,
I
because they were
mean,
like, in hindsight, that's the best thing we ever had. You think they died? You think they had a whole bunch of money in their bank account? But they should have.
every engagement to speak, they should have been getting
Crazy
bread.
paid.
Yeah,
Bread.
like
Racks.
how these rappers are getting paid.
Racks.
Yeah,
And am
yeah.
I mad at Martin Luther King because he's coming to speak and he's asking me for 10 racks? Like, bro, give him,
There you
you
go.
know what I'm saying? Like,
There
what's
you
up?
go.
You know, so it's, you know, we got to figure out, stop being mad at the wrong things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And we got to, like,
yeah.
really just try to, you know, if you don't like something, you got to get involved before you can have like such a big opinion on something. So that's, you know, that's one of the reasons why I go out to all these places and I
I
show
feel
up
you.
to people's
I
things,
feel you.
because I like to be like, oh, I was there, so now I can talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I show
yeah.
up to City Hall. You know what I'm saying? I show up to
Have that
a
impact.
rally because, yo, now, because I need to be able to talk about it. I can't talk about it if I wasn't
I
there.
feel you.
You know what I
feel
mean?
you. Yeah. To me, that's going and showing up and listening and sitting through all the other people with their minor issues. I don't want to downplay people having issues with garbage on the streets or something like that. Like just buy a garbage can, but at the same time, like there are other issues that are going on that how we're even addressing them is prehistoric.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we got to get with the times. Like, what's up? We still doing the same old routine. Like, everyone's still being the same old way, thinking everything's going to change. Like, if you ain't stepping out your house, showing up to these rallies, or showing up to somebody to support your
Yeah.
people or whatever, how do you think something's gonna get off the ground? Even like we were always talking about venues, and we needed venues and
Yeah.
people to perform, and we want to go and see entertainment. But like, if you're not patronizing these places, they're not gonna have these people. All the promoters can get the place all they want. If 10
Yeah.
people show up, they're not gonna keep giving
Yeah.
us those nights, because they're like, your own people don't even come out
And
to whatever.
that's
support.
the one thing
Support.
I
We gotta
don't
support each
understand
other.
about us. Like,
We gotta support each other.
it's not even just supporting each other. We don't show up for like nobody unless they are a big name or
Mhm.
semi big.
Like the Michael Bivens thing, right? I seen all the killers in the $100 bill is there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everyone who was supposed to be anyone doing anything, whatever, they was there. But
Yeah.
if you take Michael Bivens out that equation, would they have shown up like that?
Probably not.
I would hope so, but I don't think so. But I would hope so. And Kid Capri was there. They didn't have all the entertainers that they had from before.
Yeah.
But I saw Kid Capri, which was, you know, that was it was a little something.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
all you
that's
need
a
is a
good
little
look.
something
Yeah, just
for everybody
coming
to
through.
show up. And also another thing I noticed there, they was playing Boston artists out loud in the speakers for the whole damn city to hear.
Oh,
I don't even know exactly who
that's
was
a
getting
great
played,
look.
but I know I could tell. Like, I
Yeah.
definitely heard them playing 1 Trillion, you know what I'm saying, which is I know that's Stizzy Left Lane, a dude, he's out of Roxbury, and he makes dope music, him and his peoples. You know what I mean? But they playing it out loud, right? But like, if you wasn't there, you
Right.
wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have heard it, right? And
Yeah.
I hear a lot of artists always saying, like, you know, Boston DJs, they don't
Right,
support
you
the
know, it's
artists or
been-
whatever.
yeah.
But like, was you there to hear it get spun? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm one of those DJs that plays Boston artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime someone book me for somewhere, I'ma slide it in. I'ma slide in something. You know what I'm saying? But like, was you there to hear it? That's my old. That's my old. That's my old thing. That's the old thing. If a tree falls in the forest, right?
Right.
Does it make? If no one's around, does it make a sound? You don't know. It felt you. No one's there. You wouldn't know. So if you're not there, how do you know who's playing what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to whoever was playing down there. I forget who was on the tables at that time, but they was playing Boston artists at a Boston event. You know, I have events. I play Boston artists, but if them artists aren't there, how do you know that I even got played? So how do you? How can you even complain? How can you go on any social media and complain about the DJs that you're not getting played when you don't even know you in the house? How do you know? You know what I'm saying? Are you showing up to these places supporting each other? You can't expect one without the other.
I don't feel like Boston itself. Like little pockets of people may show up here and there, now and then, but like we're not gonna pack. What is it? The Fleet Center, unless it's tight. What is it? Summer Jam type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like unless you got something like, and even then, we're not gonna be okay with the people who aren't headliners.
Right.
We're gonna sit on our hands like, okay, what are you doing?
It's a lot. At the bottom line is there is a lot going on. I mean, on the political front, we have a lot of people in position. You know what I mean? You got Ayanna Presley. She started from right here. You know what I'm saying? She's in Congress. She was on all them late night shows.
She got me scared.
Why?
Because she's backing. I know we are here in Somerville, 90 Union Square, at the Somerville Media Center. In Somerville, Mayor Curtatone we are already a sanctuary city.
Mm-hmm.
He is proposing that there be
A place for you to shoot up.
Yeah.
I saw
I wanted to call it Amsterdam, but I was like,
I saw that.
like, what is it? Not Amsterdam, but
Yeah,
I mean,
Amsterdam, like from The Wire, like a place where you could go and get your things and leave. You know what? And I look past that because there's like such a bigger problem going on. So I look at that. I'm like the politics of that. I look past it because. Look at even what happened when they did that. That correctional officer tried to steal on somebody down there. He got out the car and he got touched or whatever. And then all of a sudden they came and did that sweep and cleared up that area. Like number one, I mean, imagine growing up right now in Boston. Like that's a thing. Like that methadone mile, they calling it. Yeah. Like they're calling it that in the paper. Like there's like a hashtag. Like can you believe that we have a place called Methadone Mile? In Boston, like after like the bad crack era that we had and everything that tore our city to pieces and whatever and everything, like there's an actual place that
you would think you would hear that in Detroit,
right?
know?
Boston, Massachusetts, like right outside downtown Boston, there's a place like called the Methadone Mile, and I was like, even when I used to be coming back in, and I was like, even when I drive into Boston, like I'm always getting off at like, Columbia Road to get in. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting off at like exit 18 in a while, and I started getting off at there, and I started seeing like all the people lined up along that whole strip, like all the way down in tents.
Really?
They got tents out there, like it's a whole like community.
I don't know whether to be mad at that or like.
It's crazy.
That sounds like they supporting each other, or
it sounds like it's something weird going on where like I would never think they would, and all of that came from he had shut down the Long Island Ferry or whatever it was, the place where they used to go, and whatever. I didn't even dig too deep into that because.
Yo, make that joint Amsterdam.
I don't know. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always go back to what are we doing for ourselves? Because, again, we're not going to be able to, no one's going to do it for us. We actually have to be the ones with our feet on the ground, saying no. Like I've been seeing people campaigning to have remember they had like a needle drop box in front of this middle school over there in Dudley. They put like a needle drop box over there
In front of a middle school?
in front of the damn school. It might be in the elementary even. You know what I mean? And I seen people like going ballistic online, like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing, right?
Not right there.
But I didn't see the whole community getting behind it. You know what I'm saying? And like really, because we should something small like that should last about 48 hours at the most. Like our community should be able, our outrage in the community should make people stop doing what they're doing and get that up out of there.
Right.
But we're so loose and so like
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's when I get into the gentrification aspect. The fact that our community isn't even able to join and be like one community because of all these pockets of other people just being dropped up in here and us not being able to stay in our community like that. But at the same time,
we got to figure out what to do. And the thing is, the biggest thing is we got to do something. So shout out to all the people that I mentioned so far that's out
definitely.
actually doing something in their community, actually getting hands on with the kids, trying to do something, because you got to try some way. And then when you see somebody doing something, if you're not going to be the one originating it, you know, well, the best you can do is support it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stand by it, you know, even if you're not going to contribute in some way, just don't knock it. Yeah, don't knock it.
So that's like the thing with Jay-Z. I mean, like, don't knock it yet. Like, I mean, there's some people in power. They're dealing with people in power. It's a dirty game. You know what I'm saying? You got to get leverage. You got to do some things. Stop worrying about that. And let's worry about what's going on in our own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? There's things that's going on that I'd be like, oh my God, like, I can't believe we're letting these things just slide like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even like I said, that needle drop box. Like, that needle drop box should have been moved immediately.
True.
That's not a place for that. You know what I mean?
It should not have been set up there, but
once it gets set up there, we missed that part. It's like, oh, we missed it.
Yeah.
Now they set it up. Once someone brings it to our attention, it needs to get up out of there.
It's there within, as you said, 48 hours.
They're not going to listen to us, though, individually. It has to be a collective. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think, what school was it that, I know there was a news report, but there would be needles outside, like the playground.
Yeah, I just seen something. I just seen something where the coach got to come out in the morning and they got to go through another one of these schools out here in Roxbury maybe, and the coach got to come and they got to come through and sweep, like when the police be looking for bullets and ballistics, and or when you're looking for like a lost child and they all spread out in the field and everybody got to walk together looking down at the ground, looking for like needles and stuff like that to remove it before they have like practice out in the field. That's a problem.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say that's scary. Like,
that's outrageous.
That shouldn't be. Like, you have to have a committee or have individuals to actually comb a field just to make sure kids are safe in the designated place that kids are supposed to be safe.
We got to back some people. And we got to come out and show and prove and show that we have these people backs. Like, if you're not going to be out on the front line, we got to choose some people to get behind. You know what I mean? I saw what's the other thing that happened? The top 50 rappers list came out, and Joe Budden was third. So it kind of got some light, it got some play or whatever.
I heard of it, and I don't know who made that or how. I did. Did you make one?
In my mind, you know what? It definitely made me want to, because reading everybody else's list, and it's like, it's something to even think about, like, even to see where you stand on things, because, people change as time goes on. You know what I mean? So there's certain people that, when I think about it, I have a different criteria that I take from, like, people's impact. Like, one of my big things is, like, if you change the game, then I put
Yeah,
you on the list, because
that
there's always people that come in where, like, they change the game for a minute.
that's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Somebody
That's
like
true.
somebody like Prodigy, I put him in there because, like, when he was rapping, he, like, kind of changed the way people were rapping. You know
Yo,
what I'm saying?
Mobb
Somebody
Deep
like
did they thing.
like say like Naughty by Nature, Tretch and them. Like, when
Yeah.
Tretch was rapping, people was like rapping like Tretch. Like, he like changed the game of
Yeah,
way people
that
started
that was the new New
rhyming.
York
That's the
type of
new way to
styles.
come
Yeah,
off. So when people do that, like Nas changed the game of the way people were
yeah,
rapping.
yeah. He took that
Someone like Chuck
bar
D,
Kim.
Public Enemy, they like changed the game
Yeah,
of where people's
man.
heads was at. Like, even just the whole perception of where we was going as a people. Like, they like
Uh,
changed the game. So that's the way my list usually goes. But, like,
mm,
people was doing mad back and forths over that, and I'm like, here we go, distracted. You know what I'm saying? Everyone
yeah,
got all these opinions
yeah.
on this and that, but, like, I'm like, well, okay, that's what's up. I see we going back and forth, but, like, who's your top 50 revolutionaries? You know what I'm saying?
Would
Who's
people be able to get past
would you yeah,
five?
could you even name more? Like, I see you got all these
Uh,
rappers you can name, but who's your
uh,
top, like, revolutionaries?
uh,
Like, do you know, like, Huey P. Newton?
uh.
People like that? Like, where do you rank these people? Where do
I
you
know.
where do you
Certain
rank these
names
people?
get put on the
Carmichael
list.
Stokely. Like, do you know these people? Where do you put these people
Ooh,
on your list? You know what I'm saying?
you have me
Mega
like,
Evers. Like, do you know these people? Like, the same way as we know these other people, we need to know, these
I
people.
know,
You need
and
to have and be able to rate them too and
right.
figure out, and but to
And current people also, the fact that it's like
we always talk about
not
the
just
community, right? We talk about Boston. Like, who's your top 10, community activists?
man.
Who's your top 10 people that's doing something for the community? Can you name people? Because that list is kind of short.
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is.
Off the top of my head, I can name some people, but you know what I mean?
Get better than me because I would only be able to name Ayanna Presley, and that's
There's
on.
one. Let's go. Let's make a quick list. Can we name 10 people? Ayanna Presley. There's one.
And I'm not saying Tito, even though that's technically two.
All right.
But
What? But are we saying is he on the list or is he not on the list? It doesn't matter. I'll put him on then. Let's just say that. Let's just get the 10 out
okay,
the way before we move on, because this
'cause
thing's almost over.
you're better than me because okay, that's two that I actually know.
Shout
Um,
out to Rusty, the toe jammer, for chiming in. He's a person that I looked up to, like, you know what I mean? He was a
okay,
person, and he's a prime example of someone who had he had real estate in the community. Not only was he doing stuff, but he had like a storefront where
ooh,
you could go, and where he was bringing people into the city who would have
yeah,
never came here. You know what I'm saying? That's where I've seen people, like, they used to do record signings and stuff like
yeah,
that. He was one of the only people that had real estate to even bring people in
yeah.
to have a conversation about stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Wow,
And he doesn't have it anymore down there. But next thing I knew, he was online. He had a radio station.
right.
One of the first people championing Boston artists and
Oh
stuff like
man,
that, right? Then he's online. He has it's 24/7. He Funky Fresh Radio, always playing,
ooh,
always playing Boston artists. You know what I mean? But, like, what do we give
okay,
back to him? What is anyone giving back to him? In the thing of giving back, that's
yeah,
somebody who if he has an event, there should be 1,000 people,
yeah.
boom,
We should all
showing
be
up. We should
deep.
all be there because he's doing something for us. And that reminds me too. Shout out to Red Shades. She's a Boston artist, and
Yeah.
she was on Zip Trips. They did Matter Pain,
Yes,
and I
yes.
heard she performed on Zip Trips, and she's representing. You know what I mean?
Definitely shout out to Red Shades for that. Yes,
Hmm.
holding it down, showing that community is diverse.
Yep.
So yeah.
So we
yeah.
always say that, like, oh, why don't they do zip trips to the hood? Well,
Right.
they did a zip trip to the hood, and I don't know how she got on there, but that's a perfect person to
Yeah.
have on there represent because she's very positive.
Right.
Her music is really good. I was drawn to her through her music, and then I saw her videos that she had like a while ago, and I'm like, okay, I see what she's on. She's straight positivity, like, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
I'm not
right.
saying she don't twerk in private, or she don't twerk in the club, I don't know her like that. But like, when it's her time to put out a video,
That's a no comment.
when it's her time to put out a video, I see brown skinned girls and people like just trying to do something positive. So shout out to her too as well, and all the artists. I was trying to do a quick mix before we got out of here, right? Of some
We got
Boston
like
artists.
15 minutes.
Yeah,
I talked.
Yeah, we talked ourselves out of it, but
Got me like, oh, I ain't even noticed. Yvette, Wilkes, DJ, Will.
yeah. I forgot. I didn't even get to the music and stuff like that. But I did feel like I wanted to get, just speak on a lot of that stuff, all the positive stuff that's been going on.
Yeah.
Like, cause even everything we've been saying, this wasn't a complaint about nothing. This is actually we've been talking about all the positive
Building blocks.
things that have been going on
Yeah.
in the hood.